There's a battle about to go down here in Silicon Valley as we come to you live from the Lions Den. So we're inside of the gymnasium here at De Anza College in Cupertino, California for tonight's coverage of 3C2A men's basketball here on NorCal Sports TV. As tonight, it's a team on the road open up their season against a team that had a whopping 119-point performance, as it's the visiting Cuesta Cougars from the Western State Conference taking on the De Anza Mountain Lions of the Coast Conference North Division. And hello, everybody. It's Philip Hall on the call. Happy to join you here for this Tuesday night JUCO Hoops coverage as the Cuesta Cougars are coming in as a new-look team with a new head coach in Jamani Barber, becoming only the fourth head coach in program history to set up shop in San Luis Obispo. A former player in the JUCO ranks himself, Barber comes over after he cut his teeth for 2 coaching seasons at his alma mater, Merritt College in Oakland, prior to moving to the Central Coast, a program that went 19-10 last year, making an appearance in the SoCal Regional Playoffs. He hopes to carry on the legacy of former head coach Rusty Blair, who retired at the end of last season, who unfortunately passed away this spring. The Bar begins a new coaching era with a young squad with 5 returning players and an expanded recruiting class of unproven freshmen. For De Anza, they started off the 2025-26 campaign on the right foot with a 32-point performance margin against Solano, winning 119-87, being one of 5 teams in the state to crack 100 points in their season opener, being led by Theo McDowell, a returning player who had a career high of 31 points and 11 rebounds to secure a double-double, with 7 players finishing in double digits. As we're going to take a quick break for the national anthem, and we'll be back for the starting lineup and a tip-off here on NorCal Sports TV. It's Anza coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to the Den on the campus of De Anza College for this evening's Coast Conference matchup. Tonight we welcome the Cougars of Western College as they take on your De Anza College Mountain Lions. At this time, would you please rise and honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
Fuel Curve Autumn Get-Together. Over 2,500 American-made and powered show cars and trucks. A huge swap meet, Fender Midway Family Fun Zone, live music and more. November 8th and 9th at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
And we welcome you back to Cupertino as we're about to be underway for tonight's coverage of JUCO men's basketball here on NorCal Sports TV between the Cuesta Cougars from the Western State Conference and the De Anza Mountain Lions from the Coast Conference North Division. Hello again, everybody. It's Philip Hall on the call. Happy to join with you. And if you missed our pregame rundown, just to give you a little bit of a recap of what to expect tonight, Cuesta coming in with the debut of their first-year head coach in Jamani Barber, who took the job over the summer after the retirement and the passing of the late Rusty Blair, who left an incredible legacy coaching for 33 years and helping build the legacy of Cuesta as a powerhouse basketball program with 578 career wins, 11 conference titles, and 19 playoff appearances. His career wins were the most wins by any coach for any sport at Cuesta College, but Jamani Barber is looking to carry on his legacy as he begins his era with Cuesta tonight against a De Anza squad. They're riding high off of a season-opening win against Solano back on Saturday, where they scored 119 points in a 32-point margin, outbeating the Solano Falcons as they were led by their returning player and Theo McDowell, making the Coast Conference All-Freshman team last season. He scored 31 points, a career high, along with 11 rebounds versus Solano in the season opener, as he's looking to capitalize on his freshman campaign where he averaged just over 15.5 points. For Cuesta, they have Corbin Rossi to look forward to seeing, a sophomore from Templeton, California, a notable returner for the Cougars, where he was a Western States Conference honorable mention, averaging 7.9 points per game, being the fourth best scorer on the team. But alongside with him will be Aiden Pearsall Morgan, a newcomer for the Cougars from Shasta College, where he led the Golden Valley Conference in assist-to-turnover ratio of 4.2 and is considered to be a floor general for the Cougar squad. As a lot was said about about Aiden Pearsall Morgan before the game, and talking with the assistant coaches and the head coach for Cuesta. For De Anza, who are led by their second-year head coach, and Joe Bertisevich, he is looking to continue to push on with his Mountain Lions squad, trying to rack up as many wins as he can and what's going to be a deep Coast Conference North Division this season. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out tonight, as we're going to give you the starting five as we're about to get underway here, as going to begin with Cuesta, led by Aiden Pearsall Morgan, Griffin Kapow, James Nugent, the Aussie, in the lineup, Corbin Rossi also in the lineup, and Ryan McNamee, a player that they call Dirk because of his Dirk Nowitzki style of play. It rounds out the starting five for the Cougars. For De Anza, they're bringing out Makai Thomas, Caden Thacker, two solid players that are looking to make an impact. Desan Poston, Theo McDowell, and Isaac Cisse. As Isaac Cisse had the team high in assists in the last game. The players at the floor, so do the referees, as we're about to get rolling here in Cupertino, a Tuesday night here in Silicon Valley. The tip is up and is won by Cuesta. We are underway here. Getting the rock early on. Ryan McNamee has to kick it to the outside. They're going to swing it around the perimeter, trying to find open hands. Corbin Rossi passing it back out to Aiden Pearsall Morgan, who finishes with the floater to draw first blood for the Cougars. That's something you're going to see for the sophomore from Chico tonight. De Anza trying to get an answer down on their end, but it gets stripped by Cuesta. They get it back. Pearsall Morgan at the top. With the rock there, James Nugent looking right. See the double team being brought by De Anza early as Caden Thacker trying to apply pressure on the Cougars. Here's Nugent trying to drive. He gets walloped just underneath the hoop, falls back, but it's going to go out of bounds and be Mountain Lions ball. As in the previous game for De Anza in their season opener against Solano, 7 players finished in double digits. You can see there's a high-power offense that Joe Bertisevich has set up for his squad. And for Jamani Barber, in his first year with Cuesta, he's still trying to figure out his team, but he hopes to make an impact in the Western States Conference, as knocking down the three from the outside is Caden Thacker. Cash money early on. Expect to see a high-scoring game here tonight. And pushed back and called for the charge. Caden Thacker able to sacrifice the body there. It's going to be the one thing that Cuesta's going to have to look out for tonight. Avoiding getting into foul trouble. This is a Mountain Lions team that has a high-performance offense, as it was shown on display their season opener against Solano. That game was called by my producer tonight, Levi Flores. Another three knocked down by De Anza. Caden Thacker once again with two tray balls to begin the night. Oh, and a great turnaround shot by Ryan McNamee down the floor, able to get something back for his squad. For the game, talking to the Cuesta coaches, they say that Ryan McNamee, sophomore from Templeton, California, has a Dirk Nowitzki style of play. That's by the way his size and the way he's able to turn around a knockdown shot. You can see him boxing out down low, grabbing the rebound. First of all, Morgan hitting the gas down floor, but it's going to be going the other way. Look back at that three-point shot made by Thacker, hitting it from the left wing. Give you a little bit more about the freshman from Minden, Nevada. He's a solid player during his 4 years. Is actually going to the line here for free throws is Aiden Purcell-Morgan. He was fouled on that layup. That one swirls in. He gets the first one to go. Yeah, Caden Thacker played at Douglas High for all 4 years. He's a coach's son. During his freshman year, he won a 5A state championship as a state runner-up as a sophomore. Purcell-Morgan goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line from some tax-free points, making it a 6-6 game in just over the first 2.5 minutes played. They're going to swing it back to the top and knock it up for the running jumper. Hassan Poston. Here come Cuesta trying to get back down the floor. Here they come working around. They look over to the corner. Griffin Kapow, the Kiwi on the finish, driving inside, and the foul. So he's going to go to the line for a three-point opportunity. Griffin Kapow, he's a sophomore out of Palmerston North, New Zealand. He played under Jamani Barber at Merritt College. He's going to get the free throw to go for the three-point play. That's another player that Coach Barber is very high on, bringing him over to the Cuesta side. Over in the corner for the three-point shot. It's off by Isaac Cisse. Cougars having to hurry. Pull up from the outside in the corner, Corbin Rossi. And the three balls are falling tonight. Somebody must have put an ATM outside the gym because it's been easy money early on between these two sides. Oh, with the running floater, Theo McDowell. That's going to be a player that Cuesta is going to have to watch out for. One of the top returners, and not just for De Anza, but in the Coast Conference for this year. There's a foul on the floor, and getting helped up is James Nugent taking a hard fall. And Theo McDowell. Going to be curious to see if he could capitalize on the 31-point performance that he had in the season opener on Saturday. Going to be a substitution for De Anza. Coming on the floor now, their squad is Gio Bravelli, who also had a solid game in his JUCO debut. A little bit more on how he did in just a bit. Not able to finish the play there is Kapow. De Anza moving fast down the floor. McDowell trying to go for the fadeaway jumper in the low post, but it's denied access down low. On a deflection, it's grabbed by Bravelli. Trying to hurry, but no dice at the hoop. There's a battle underneath. De Anza able to draw the foul. That was the second team foul for Cuesta, and going to the line is Makai Thomas. Makai Thomas, another promising player coming over to De Anza as after missing out on a year. Before he came over, he was actually at Chabot. Wearing a bench role, he averaged 5.7 points per game. He's a solid player out of Hayward. Went to high school at Dublin High. And Cuesta making some substitutions on their end. Courtney Hutchins going to hit the floor, coming off the charger for the first time tonight. It's Griffin Kapow going to head over to the bench. Free throws made by Thomas. Olfen one. And what a battle we have early on here as going to take our first timeout on the floor in the tight ball game with Cuesta in front 12-11 here in Cupertino. Twelve to 11, the Cuesta Cougars in their season opener are in front against the De Anza Mountain Lions. Seeing some pretty exciting offensive plays early in this game. Cuesta has the ball on the inbound pass. There on the floor, Aiden Purcell-Morgan trying to move it up. He has to bounce it back out. Now there's a trap at midcourt. De Anza bringing a slight half-court trap. Courtney Hutchins with the rock, and swinging off to his right. Purcell-Morgan finds a cutter, running in for the layup attempt is Corbin Rossi, but not able to capitalize. De Anza looking for the answer. They find an open shooter from the corner, knocking down the three ball. Once again, thanks to Gio Bravelli, recent sub in the game. Just like that, he's able to put the Mountain Lions back in front. But going back on Gio Bravelli, one of the newcomers for the Mountain Lions, as in his JUCO debut, he shot 7 for 10 from the floor with 3 three-pointers made, going 3 for 5 from behind the arc as he finished with 21. De Anza trying to make it work. Oh, that one's lost. It's out of the low post, but grabbed back by Makai Thomas. On a solid battle down low. He was guarded up tight by Jakai Tutler, recent substitution. Excuse me. It's not Jakai Tutler. It's Brandon Piersmark. Brandon Piersmark in for Cuesta. Guarded up tight. The out of bounds call going to go the other way to De Anza. Nugent tiptoed on the sideline. It was knocked away, so it's going to stay with Cuesta. Call gets overturned as substitutions being made here early on. Caden Tanger coming on for De Anza off the charger. It's going to go the other way. Offensive fouls called, and also in the game is Jakai Tutler. So Jakai Tutler, who wears 44, and is now on the floor for the Cougars. 14-12 lead for De Anza. 14:04 on the game clock. Also making his first appearance is Dominic Diaz, another returning player for De Anza, 6'6" out of San Jose. Pass inside to McDowell. He's double teamed, but he gets booked for traveling. Jay Walker on the floor, and Joe Particevich questioning the call from the referee. There's Nugent in the carpool lane and finishing at the cup Corbin Rossi. McDowell trying to get one back as Rossi with that rim grazer. He evens the score at 14. Ball gets knocked out. Maybe an inbound play for the Anza. It's hit off the hand. It's already 4 fouls accumulated for Cuesta in this one. On Dominic Diaz, even with the effort, has the ball go out of bounds, and Joe Berticevic is going to call timeout. Still arguing with the referees about that call there, saying that the call was on the shot, but they say otherwise. We're going to take another quick break. Score is tied 14-14 as you are tuned into 3C2A men's basketball here on NorCal Sports TV.
The Good Guys 35th Fuel Curve Autumn Get-Together. Over 2,500 American-made and powered show cars and trucks. A huge swap meet, Fender Midway Family Fun Zone, live music, and more. November 8th and 9th at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209, or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
Now Cuesta is going to get the ball here as we return from the 30-second timeout break. Something about Jamani Barber, talking with him before the game. He says that he wants this team to be all about high basketball IQ. That's something that he emphasizes and is hoping to emphasize during his time here as he ends up coming with the steal. Pulling up with the fadeaway Gio Brovelli. That was a beautiful shot. Already with 2 made field goals. And Gio Brovelli, freshman out of San Rafael, had a solid career playing at San Rafael High, where he scored over 1,300 points in just 2 varsity seasons and earned Cal High Sports second-team Division III All-State honors. He averaged 23 points per game and led his team to the D3 CIF North Coast section semifinals as a senior. There's Tutler, caught for traveling at midcourt. They say there's no jaywalking here. Dominic Diaz back on the inbound duties. The Makai Thomas setting up at the top of the key. Pass off to Brovelli, finds Diaz wide open, clangs off the iron. Fight for the rebound, recovered by Cuesta, courtesy of Aiden Purcell-Morgan. There goes Courtney Hutchins, hitting the gas down floor, but Tutler couldn't be there for the putback. Makai Thomas passing over to the right and pulling up for the mid-range jumper. Desan Poston, making it 18-14 De Anza. Purcell-Morgan kicks it to the corner. 3 ball off the mark by Corbin Rossi. Nugent going down Main Street, but gets hit with the roadblock. Diaz, lob. Oh, and it backfires. Kai Thomas couldn't grasp it firmly as he went up and tried to put it in. He's going to reset from the outside. Fadeaway pull-up. Diaz is booked with a foul on the loose ball call. Courtney Hutchins taking a shot there down low. And just look at that nice shot there by Desan Poston. Another player to look out for. A freshman from just down the road in San Jose, played at Branham High. Dominic Diaz is going to hit the charger. Coming back on the court for Cuesta, Ryan McNamee. And also coming back on for De Anza, Theo McDowell. The Cougars will have possession here. See De Anza bringing the full court press on him. Had McNamee trapped in the corner in front of his team's bench that time. First on Morgan. So send it back the other way. Cuesta just can't catch a break. Already 5 fouls totaled up as a team. There comes De Anza. Looking to get some movement going. Makai Thomas. Bounce pass to McDowell. Now the Mountain Lions get booked for offensive foul. Both Jamani Barber and Joe Participant standing up simultaneously as you look back at that play. And Theo McDowell was about ready to set up the offensive movement. Courtney Hutchins bringing it up for the Cougars here. Gives it over to Nugent. Nugent hitting Peters' mark. At the Aiden Purcell, Morgan at the top. McNamee with McDowell and another traveling call. And whenever Cuesta has a window of opportunity, the referees just close the curtains. We're going to see if a play can be complete on offensive possession. Here goes De Anza again. Thomas falling on his hiney, but gets the pass off over in the corner. 3-ball attempt is airballed. McDowell fighting down low in the paint. Able to swirl that one in the cup. An offensive play is complete. Purcell Morgan able to finish through traffic. That one's too strong off the glass. Purcell Morgan turns on the turbos. Oh, it's a blocking foul. You see the hustle on display by the Shasta College transfer. You look back at that play, Theo McDowell didn't have his feet set properly there. Aiden Purcell Morgan takes a hard fall. There's Pearsall Morgan at the line. He gets that one to roll in. Trying to get these tax-free points. You never want to leave money on the floor, especially in a game like this, as we're getting an early look of what the offense is going to look like. He misses the second one off the back iron. Makai Thomas with the rebound. It's over to McDowell. McDowell trying to use the muscle, has to kick it back outside and traveling, getting booked now, this time on Poston. Like the rest, man, they have a tight whistle tonight. Trying to watch the feet. James Nugent. As Ja'Kai Tutler, now they swing it to the corner. Pearsall Morgan, he's double teamed and getting sandwiched there by the defense. It's Ryan McNamee. Ryan McNamee is going to go to the line. Cuesta do find themselves in the bonus here. It's going to be a 1 of 1. McNamee able to hit that one easily. Automatic. Stands at 6'8", 180 pounds. In 28 games off the bench last year as a freshman, he shot 32.8% from the floor in a small sample size of minutes. Only played 11 minutes per game. Isaac Cisse come back off the charger for the Mountain Lions, and Here's McNamee's free throw missed. It's going to stay with Cuesta. It's Deshaun Poston showing hustle, but not able to secure the rebound attempt properly. (20-18). The Anza still lead. Kai Thomas called for traveling once again. Wow, another travel call goes in the direction of Cuesta. It's like a mouse trying to look for a piece of cheese in the house by the way that these players are moving on the floor. It's like everything's being seen, everything's being looked at carefully. Just don't know what to do. Cuesta for another offensive possession. And then Pearsall Morgan gets the pick from McNamee. Hits Nugent. McNamee on the catch and shoot. It's too strong off the back iron, but it's stripped by Cisse, ripping the cookies from the cookie jar. And Makai Thomas, rim shaker, altitude approved for the slam dunk. Thomas back with the rock. See McDowell's trapped in the corner. Pearsall Morgan playing him close, one-on-one. It's going to be a foul on the shot, but look back at that play on the fast break. Makai Thomas just throwing it down with the left-hand jam. And that's what we like to see here. I saw a highlight reel of Makai Thomas. He got some virality on Instagram. Insane media. So Isaac Cisse able to put in on the turnaround. Isaac Cisse finds himself on the board for the first time tonight with his first made shot. He only had 5 points in the season opener on Saturday. That one stripped. Mad dash down the floor. Oh, and the dunk is botched by Poston. And, man, he would have put a poster down right in front of our eyes. McNamee was trying to chase him down, but he just couldn't grasp it firmly and stuff it. But it was a foul on the play, so he's going to go to the line for two. He puts the first one in. And Deshaun Poston had 12 points in the season opener in his JUCO debut, shooting 4 for 7 from the floor. Also had 4 assists and 7 rebounds along with 2 steals. Kind of found himself in turnover trouble. Yes, he accumulated 4 turnovers in the game. But he doesn't leave money at the line. That's the one good thing about him. On getting a quick, easy basket. Ryan McNamee able to get a quick one back for the Cougars. Pulling up from outside for the triple. Trey ball falls for Isaac Cisse. McNamee again with another layup to go through. Neil McDowell kicking it to the corner. Pull-up jumper, rims in and out. Who put grease on the rim that time for Deshaun Poston? It's Courtney Hutchins, falling to the floor and losing the rock. The Cisse pull-up jumper had Ryan McNamee in front of him. Shot right through his soul. Gotta love a shooter that can do that, a shooter that can pull up in front of the big man without hesitation. They're cleaning the spot where Hutchins took the fall at. He's going to go to the line. About 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. We got a good one on hand. 29-22, De Anza lead Cuesta. It's going to be a 1-of-1 for Hutchins. He misses. Not able to get the tax-free points. Theo McDowell, here he comes, bringing it back up for the Mountain Lions. That one's stripped, grabbed by Ja'Kai Tutler, hits Pearsall Morgan in the carpool lane, and he's going to finish with the left hand. Joe Bertisevich is going to call time after seeing that. Trying to wrap his mind around of why there wasn't a defensive stop there, but 29-24, 5-point advantage for the Mountain Lions here in Cupertino.
I chose this school because of like the top 10 transfers.
One of the main reasons was because of the transfer rate. Another reason is because it's a community college, and the first 2 years for high school students were free because of the Promise program, so that was an incentive for sure.
The Anza consistently maintained high rates of transfer due to a combination of factors. First is due to our comprehensive transfer support and services. De Anza has a robust transfer center with dedicated and experienced transfer counselor who assists students throughout the entire transfer process, from helping them understand the transfer requirement to helping them successfully submit their application. We also offer workshops throughout the entire academic year to ensure that students learn more about the transfer requirements and meet all the necessary deadlines in a timely manner.
I believe that having the high rate of transfer students from De Anza College to SJSU shows the preparation that the counselors have done with their students, not only in helping them out in figuring out which majors.
Return to the floor with 7:45 left to play. De Anza in front, 29-24 over Cuesta, as it is Cuesta's season opener, being led by head coach Jamani Barber. So last year, Cuesta were a team that were in the SoCal regional playoffs, losing in the first round to Pasadena City 73-57, but looked to go farther in the Western State Conference as well as also in the SoCal region. For those who keep up with the 3C2A up and down the state, it's usually pretty packed and competitive when it comes to the teams that battle for a position and battle for a shot at the state title. But for De Anza, a bit of a different story. A program in rebuild, didn't have the greatest rebuild season last year, only winning 8 games out of 28. But this is a revamped De Anza squad from what we've seen so far tonight, as well as what we saw on Saturday. Akai Thomas trying to go 2 for 2 at the line, and he will. He's not left any money on the floor at all. Ryan McNamee with room service, but a chase down attempt by Thomas, little too late. McNamee with another field goal to go in, and he's been stacking up the points, folks. Getting close to possibly cracking 10 so far. Another traveling call booked on De Anza. Gio Rovelli, the victim. He's taking too many steps at the wrong time. Yeah, Ryan McNamee already with 10 points tonight for the Cougars. And Pearsall Morgan. Jump against Rovelli, and another strip there by Makai Thomas. He turns on the Jets. Oh, gets past Pearsall Morgan to the cup. Turbo time in Cupertino. Makai Thomas ain't slowing down for no one. That was tipped in the air, grabbed by Rovelli. Room service all night for the Mountain Lions. They push it to a 9-point advantage. Saw Morgan. Layup attempt off the iron, but a big block by Cisse, but he's recovered by Ja'Kai Tutler on the trailer. Three ball knocks in for De Anza. Gio Brovelli being philosophical like Machiavelli. Making it now a 10-point lead for De Anza as we got a pause on the floor here. It looked like it was a technical foul called on Gio Brovelli after the three-point shot went in. And a little bit too antsy here tonight. Gio Brovelli with back-to-back field goals made. Had a layup on a fast break, then he hit the three-ball shot. Aiden Pearsall-Morgan can't hit the free throw. He's going to get another chance here. Able to get it that time. Now you can just see the energy that's being brought by the Mountain Lions as Gio Brovelli is going to hit the charger. Well-deserved minutes we've seen from here in the first half, and so is Isaac Cisse. He's going to hit the charger himself. As Caden Tanger returns to the game, so does Caden Thacker for De Anza. Here comes Cuesta, not wasting any time down the floor. Tutler with the rock, pass outside. Hits Evan Lynn, another recent substitute for the Cougars. McDowell racing back down the floor. Quick pass over to Tanger. A nice post-up shot from the baseline. Good by Poston. Another steal by De Anza playing that trap defense. Caden Thacker off to McDowell. All the way to the hole. Pearsall-Morgan trying to do it himself, but takes a bit of a shot there, but he's going to go to the line. Sorry, 6 points scored by Theo McDowell here in the first half. Started a little bit slow out the gate, but I think tonight he's going to try to feed his teammates a little bit more, and whenever he gets those opportunities to score, it's going to be more about quality over quantity. Pearsall-Morgan at the line gets that one to go. And Aiden Pearsall-Morgan so far tonight, he's had the opportunities to go to the line. His third time at the charity stripe. Goes 2 for 2 in the sequence. Going to be a timeout by Cuesta, trying to talk things over with just under 5.5 left to go. 42-30, De Anza lead here in Cupertino. You're tuned in to 3C2A men's basketball on NorCal Sports TV.
The Good Guys 35th Fuel Curve Autumn Get-Together. Over 2,500 American-made and powered show cars and trucks. A huge swap meet, Fender Midway Family Fun Zone, live music and more. November 8th and 9th at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
Cuesta trying to look for some answers as De Anza is trying to do everything they can to pull it away before the half ends. Give you a little bit more about this Cuesta squad. In Rusty Blair's final season as the head coach, his final team with all 5 of his starters earned all Western State Conference honors, from Alessandro Perotti, Shinichi Ito, Lorenzo Cefoli, Corbin Rossi, and Nikolai Stanic. And 4 out of those 5 players are international players: Perotti and Cefoli from Italy, Ito from Japan, and Stanic from Germany. So you can see the international representation being prevalent by Cuesta. Jamani Barber having a Kiwi and an Aussie on the squad at the same time. See Ja'Kai Tutler over to McNamee, now to Pearsall Morgan. Cougars trying to cut this deficit down before the half closes out. Anza been playing very well on offense despite the turnover count. There's been a plenty. Evan Lee missing the 3 ball from the corner, grabs his own rebound, but a scramble at the floor as it gets grabbed by Poston. Poston all by himself, can't hit the runner, but there on the recovery, Theo McDowell continuing to be everywhere on the floor tonight. Pearsall Morgan caught for the charge. McDowell sacrificing the body. Joe Bertisevich is loving that. Look back at the play. Pearsall Morgan, who's been just a wrecking ball down the lane tonight. McDowell able to take the shot, sacrificing one for his team. And before the game, talking with Coach Bertisevich, now Bertisevich was telling me that he's happy to have Theo McDowell back. He's a great kid and has been taking a bigger step in just becoming a leader, as becoming one of the veterans here at De Anza. Or as with his performance from last season, he was an all-conference player as a freshman. Well, he made the all-freshman conference team. He's trying to do a little bit more this year in his second year with the Mountain Lions. They're on the floater. Caden Thacker not able to get it down smoothly. Ja'Kai Tutler grabbing the board, pounding the hardwood back down. Nugent going over to Rossi. Find an open shooter, and Hutchins shot a little bit too strong. There it goes. Poston finishing on the fast break. Let's see, just powering his way past Ja'Kai Tutler, and Tutler's no slouch. He stands at 6'5". He's a freshman of a high ceiling, coming in from Playa del Rey, California, product of St. Bernard High School. There's Desan Poston at the line for the three-point play opportunity. See if he can add on to the lead. Not able to get it. Battle for the rebound down low, but Tutler able to fight for it. But there's a fight in the paint on the steal. Makai Thomas again kicks it out to the corner to hit Caden Thacker. 3 balls aplenty for De Anza. What a play by Makai Thomas, transferring the funds over to Thacker as he's able to get one himself. He wants in on the fun.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209 or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
And Makai Thomas, he's been stealing cookies from the cookie jar, been dishing the rock. He's been doing slam dunks all over the floor. Man, he's just been doing about everything tonight for his squad as he fed Caden Thacker on the spot up 3 from the corner before the timeout break. He is a man on a mission. trying to get his team together on the mission. 3:30 left to play in the first half, 49-31. Anza having a hefty lead over Cuesta. There's a deflection at midcourt. Foul down low, but it's going to be a foul. Now there's a little bit of talk amongst the players. It's getting a little chippy here. Referee having to step in, trying to split everybody up. It's like the conversation is going to end quickly. And McNamee trying to go up for the block attempts on Thacker. Thacker's going to go to the line as 3 Mountain Lions are going to hit the charger here. Actually, I'm just going to go talk over Rticevic. Going to take a minute to kind of calm things down as both Cuesta and Anza having calm conversations, a little bit of a kumbaya amongst each other. Like everything's going to be okay as Thacker is going to go to the line for his free throws. And Jamani Barber doing the same for his squad, kind of trying to keep the composure even with an 18-point deficit now. We know Cuesta, this being their first game, they're one of 3 teams to have yet played a game in their conference division. Thacker getting the first free throw to go in. As they're in a pretty competitive division with Allen Hancock, Moore Park, and Ventura, just to name a few schools they're going to have to fight with going after the division title in the Western State Conference this season. Allen Hancock actually opening up the season tonight, opening up their season tonight against Hartnell just down the road from us. Here comes Cuesta back on offense. Reverend Kapow not able to get that one to go. Grabs the rebound, falls down. Kai Thomas with the board. Is Tanger in the corner, but it's going to be another travel. These guys can't catch a break. They may need some breaks, by the way. Are they even moving on the floor? Grisall Morgan going to inbound it to Kapow. Going to hit his neighboring countryman, James Nugent, who hails from Australia. There's a scramble on the floor for it. Tanger and Rossi trying to go for the ball. There's a push at midcourt. I'm going to have to clean the spot as well. James Nugent getting booked with that foul. It's going to send Theo McDowell to the charity stripe. Cuesta stuck at 31 right now. Theo McDowell having a pretty good night despite being a little bit too far from 31. He makes the first free throw. And that made free throw puts him at double digits. He has 10 now on the night. Kapow finding space. Oh, splits the D and finishes with the lay on the right hand for the easy deuce. Pass inside, pull-up jumper is good by Caden Tanger. And Pearsall Morgan for Cuesta, matching up against Theo McDowell. He moves to the top of the key. So he's off to McNamee. Pearsall Morgan outside the perimeter here. That one's stripped, grabbed by Thacker. Going to kick it off to the right to Thomas. and caught up in traffic, but it's going to be a foul. And you just see that shot made by Caden Tanger. A solid returning player. He had 12 points against Solano, going 5 for 9 from the floor. Also 2 steals. Here's Makai Thomas with another trip to the free throw line. Leaves money on the floor there with the missed free throw. Coming back on for Cuesta is Brandon Petersmark. He hasn't making a few substitutions himself, as hitting the charger is Caden Thacker. All deserving as he gets a swig of water, having a solid first half for the squad. And it's been a solid first half overall for the Mountain Lions with a 22-point advantage in this one. Gio Bravelli back on the floor as well. Just past the 2-minute mark, 1:42 on the game clock. And sure, Jamani Barber trying to keep confidence in his team despite what the score says. De Anza has been looking like a machine early to begin the season. Kai Thomas makes the free throw. About just over a minute and a half left to go. Here comes James Nugent. Finds an open cutter. Going straight to the cup. Brandon Petersmark. Thomas inside. Going to hit the sign posting as it goes down smooth and easy. No chaser. Saul Morgan loses the handle. Steal grabbed by Tanger. Oh, Thomas spot up for the 3, and sure the top would have blown off the joint if it went in. Petersmark, the turnaround jumper missed. Poston with the rebound, and Isaac Cisse able to get that deuce to go down easily. Oh, Nugent crashes hard. Oh, and he's going to get up and get right into the face. Oh, man, that's didn't look cool as Gio Ravelli was on the ground. And James Nugent had some disagreement on that play. Look back at that layup by Cisse on the fast break. Man, Gio Ravelli. He's just a freshman. Got to take it easy on him. And a good job by our cameraman getting a close-up on that play. But, man, that was a bit of a conflicting play there. As you know, we'll show you the replay of that one. You can see Nugent had the ball. He was going straight to the hoop for it. But you see Tanger's kind of cut from and kind of grabbed his right arm as they both went down. A crash on both ends, but man, just not really kosher if you ask me. Especially in a game where it's a 20-point advantage, and you know, just with the excessive contact, I'm sure Nugent didn't really take too kindly at that. But you gotta think, you know, where he comes from. You know, an Australian player, of course, the international players that come over, play here in the States, you know, they have a more fiery, aggressive attitude, and, you know, they don't really like to take any mess from anybody. And Gio Bravelli, just a freshman. I mean, you know, sir, in high school, he's had to play with some tough guys, but, you know, he's not one to back down from a fight. It's going to be interesting to see what they call here as the referees are in discussion on what the call is going to be, whether it's going to be excessive or just a common foul. But what a game that we have had here tonight. And De Anza looking like a completely different team from last season, I may say, are just about 60 points from cracking, make that 40 points from cracking the 100 mark. And this one, and 59 points from matching their game total that they had in the last matchup. But for Cuesta, it's just been a whole different story. It's like they've ran into a buzzsaw against a De Anza squad that people are saying are still in the rebuild, but are continuing to make some noise with a new revamped squad, especially with some high-powered freshmen and a few sophomore transfers. Is contributing very well. And you just talk about the game that Makai Thomas is having. I mean, man, this kid is doing it all tonight, folks. And just been all over the floor, being very productive. Kind of this gives you some shades of Jaylen Brown from what I see from him. Yeah, but we're going to take a commercial break here as, the discussion's still going on. But 60-35, De Anza lead Cuesta.
The Good Guys 35th Fuel Curve Autumn Get-Together. Over 2,500 American-made and powered show cars and trucks. A huge swap meet, Fender Midway Family Fun Zone, live music and more. November 8th and 9th at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
Well, shout out to our sponsors, Good Guys Car Show taking place pretty soon. Man, and if you're in the Bay Area, definitely go check that out. It's worth a visit. One of the best car shows we have here in the Bay Area. Being a big car guy myself, love going to that. Still a discussion on what the call is going to be as 37.7 is left here on the game clock. A 60-35 lead by De Anza, and there's going to be quite a discussion from Jamani Barber as Cuesta is going to go into the locker room at the halftime break, trying to see and figure out how they can put a stop to the Mountain Lions' high-powered offense that has just been lethal here tonight. I'm sure Joe Partizovich is definitely enjoying what he's seeing from his squad, just knowing where this program has been over the past few years, or what has been happening with the program for the past few years since before he took the coaching job. Give you a little info background on him. He's a longtime coach at Pioneer High and the athletic director. And he had over 500 career wins with 9 league titles and 25 playoff appearances in 27 years coaching at Pioneer High, and even had a NFHS Coach of the Year award in 2016 in the West Coast section, being a model coach all across the board. He's even sent 2 of his former players off to the next level. Sean Crowley, who played here last year, going to Valley City State and NAIA in North Dakota, and Trey Fields going to Park University, also an NAIA school down in Arizona. So we're just getting word from the scores table for that recent play before the pause, as number 21, James Nugent, is actually ejected from the game, and it's going to be 2 technicals on De Anza. So James Nugent is going to be disqualified for the night. And, man, that's a big loss for the Cougars, especially just knowing what he brings to the table for this team. But, didn't really find his way on the score sheet in this one. And, man, that's just not good to have if you're Jamani Barber being down a man. We're going to show you again the play of what caused James Nugent to be ejected from the game. Those watching at home, you can see Caden Tanger trying to stop him on a fast break attempt as Nugent was trying to go for the layup, but was dragged down with him. But you missed it in the replay from the camera shot. But after the fact, Nugent got up, got in. Excuse me, actually it wasn't Caden Tanger, it was actually Gio Bravelli he got in the face of. And Gio Bravelli was down on the ground when James Nugent got up, and we'll give you a better perspective from our camera shot from half court. Yeah, if you could look just underneath the hoop, you could see that Nugent was walking over and getting on top of Brovelli, kind of just getting in his face a little bit while he was down on his back. That's what caused James Nugent to be ran from the game. But it's going to be 2 techs given to De Anza, as they had to pay a bit of a price there, as Brandon Petersmark is at the free throw line. So he's going to make both of them. He's going to get one more here. Brandon Petersmark, freshman guard from Sahuarita, Arizona. It's another newcomer for the Cougars. Yeah, and he's even got to play into the crowd a little bit. And a whole lot at the charity stripe, trying not to leave money on the floor. He misses free throw there. And so 5th attempt coming up. This is his last one. And he's only going to go 3 for 6. So now everybody's going to return in full living color here back on the floor. Cuesta is going to inbound the ball here. Petersmark on the inbound duties with 37.7 left to play in the half. So we're back here to normalcy and spotting up right away. Ryan McNamee hits that one off of the side of the backboard. 3-point attempt way off the mark. Makai Thomas can't get the foul called on his attempt to the cup. Rebound by Corbin Rossi, and he's fouled on the shot attempt. So he's going to go to the line for 2 himself. Sure, Diaz is trying to have to be more careful down low. Rossi at the line. Can't get the first one to go down. So Evan Lynn will return to the floor for Cuesta with 20.2 left to play, and so will Theo McDowell for De Anza. It's going to come on for Dasan Poston. There's Rossi going 2 for 2 at the charity stripe, not leaving money on the floor. And Cuesta can't afford to do that. Game now within 20.2 left on the game clock. Shot clock's been turned off. Makai Thomas is going to bring it up the floor. See what he'll do here. See if he'll look for more or just let the clock run down and give it off to someone else. Thomas to the left. Not able to get the shot off there. Calling for another travel. Caden Tanger getting booked. 4.5 left on the game clock, 4.5. Cuesta will have a chance to get one more playoff. And Courtney Hutchins on the inbound duties. Cuesta trying to get it down floor as quick as possible. Aiden Pearsall Morgan underneath the hoop. Not able to get the last shot. McNamee was there on the recovery, but can't put it in himself. And with that, that's going to close out a high-powered offensive first half, as both squads have totaled up for 100 points already here tonight in Cupertino. But De Anza has the edge, leading 60-40 over Cuesta. 20-point advantage as both squads will go to the locker room. Man, we're seeing some strong offense by both squads tonight, but especially from the Anza, especially with Makai Thomas leading the way and even Theo McDowell being productive on the floor as well. But Cuesta is going to have to do something to get back into this one, as we're going to take a halftime break ourselves here on NorCal Sports TV. 60-40, De Anza leads Cuesta here in Cupertino. You're tuned in to 3C2A men's basketball on NorCal Sports TV. We'll be back.
I personally believe working with my teammates in the program helped build a bond and like our chemistry on and off the field. So it's not just football, it's more so school related as well.
I come from another college program. My aunt recommended me to come over here. She told me that the Anza program is pretty nice, and she was not lying at all. The FAST program helps out a lot. Here, they have a lot more tutors than the other college I was at. That's what I see. Over there, they just send you to the computer lab and like, all right, here, go do your homework, go do all that. There was no help.
Tutoring session had helped me in a good way personally, for me just sitting back, listening, taking stuff in, and just moving better as a person instead of coming with like conflict, like saying I ain't do this or that. Like I just took criticism and just be better later on in life.
Honestly, coming to De Anza, I wouldn't have asked for help. I would try to like do things on my own and make a way, but I found out like actually reaching out to your resources will definitely help me in the long run.
The calculators, the scientific calculators that they provide are the best because those are very expensive, as well as the iPads and computers that we can rent over there are really good, and the hotspot as well that we have really helps overall.
Financial aid helped me by ways though. It helped me buy my hygiene stuff, get some food, and help me pay for all books. Everything I need, like school-wise, financial aid was able to cover that.
It's a place to get away from all the distractions that surround being a student athlete, get to focus on my work. It's just that safe haven.
Those mental health check-ins that we have every Thursday, I found it really helpful. Because now it's like, I'm not trying to sound corny, but it's like I feel it's like a safe place other than the football field where I can just like listen to someone, or where they even like give us a spot to go to when we need help and stuff.
We won't know everybody's backstory. We won't know what they did before they got here, what they're gonna do next. But everybody that come here, not in the same situations. Some people come to California for school and they start off homeless. With 12U being open from 9 to 8, that's a good place to be, relax, chill, eat while watching TV, do homework, until you gotta leave out and go face reality later on. But still, fast helps a lot, a lot.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209 or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
Out of my mom's kids, I'm the first to graduate college. Now I got my godsons talking about like, oh, I'm gonna get a master's and I'm gonna get this. I want to set the example of, you know, that anybody can make a change. Education is important and that they should pursue education. And also for other, you know, kids that are maybe in the crowd that have family members like me, or maybe they grew up the way that I grew up, and just show them that, hey, you know, we can all do this. This is not just for a specific demographic. Everybody's welcome at school.
It's the Good Guys 35th Fuel Curve Autumn Get-Together. Over 2,500 American-made and powered show cars and trucks. A huge swap meet, Fender Midway Family Fun Zone, live music and more. November 8th and 9th at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
I personally believe working with my teammates in the program helped build a bond and like our chemistry on and off the field. So it's not just football, it's more so school related as well.
I come from another college program. My aunt recommended me to come over here. She told me that the Anza program is pretty nice. And she was not lying at all. The FAST program helps out a lot. Here, they have a lot more tutors than the other college I was at. That's what I see. Over there, they just send you to the computer lab and like, all right, here, go do your homework, go do all that. There was no help.
Tutoring session had helped me in a good way personally. For me, just sitting back, listening, taking stuff in, and just moving better as a person instead of coming with like conflict, like saying I ain't do this or that. Like I just took criticism and just be better later on in life.
Honestly, coming to Anza, I wouldn't have asked for help. I would try to like do things on my own and make a way, but I found out like actually reaching out to your resources will definitely help me in the long run.
The calculators, the scientific calculators that they provide are the best because those are very expensive, as well as the iPads and computers that we can rent over there are really good, and the hotspot as well that we have really helps overall.
Financial aid helped me by ways though. It helped me buy my hygiene stuff, get some food, and help me pay for all books. Everything I need, like school-wise, financial aid was able to cover that.
It's a place to get away from all the distractions that surround being a student athlete, get to focus on my work. Yeah, it's just that safe haven.
Those mental health check-ins that we have every Thursday, I found it really helpful because now it's like, I'm not trying to sound corny, but it's like I feel it's like a safe place other than the football field where I can just like listen to someone, or where they even like give us a spot to go to when we need help and stuff.
We won't know everybody's backstory. We won't know what they did before they got here, what they're gonna do next. But everybody that come here, not in the same situations. Some people come to California for school and they start off homeless. With 12U being open from 9 to 8, that's a good place to be, relax, chill, eat, while watching TV, do homework, until you gotta leave out and go face reality later on. But still, fast helps a lot, a lot.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209 or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
I welcome you back to Cupertino as it is a 60-40 lead for De Anza here on NorCal Sports TV. As Philip Hall on the call with you on this Tuesday night in Silicon Valley as De Anza have just been routing against the Cougars as they are being led by Caden Thacker with 3 made three-pointers, scoring 11 points total, and even Dasan Poston also having a solid game himself with 12 points in the first half. And Makai Thomas being a solid producer with 8 points and a few steals on the floor tonight. But it's just been all Mountain Lions in this one. But for Cuesta, with Jamani Barber, the new head coach in his debut game, trying to find the answers as they've been having a rough one. They are being led on the points by Aiden Pearsall-Morgan already with 10, but they had a little bit of a setback with the ejection of one of their players. That was James Nugent, who got into the face of Gio Bravelli on a layup foul, which it was an intentional foul that was booked on Bravelli, but the referees didn't take too kindly to the way that James Nugent reacted after the fact, as we're going to show you how it went down on that play specifically, as it was on a layup attempt where Nugent hit the floor hard on a grab by Bravelli, and then right after that, Nugent got right back up while Bravelli was down on his back, getting in his face while his teammates had to come and pull him back. But after a lengthy discussion amongst the referees, it was determined that Nugent would be disqualified from the remainder of the game, which is where we are now, beginning the second half. And right out the gate, knocking down a three-pointer is Caden Thacker. Caden Thacker starting where he left off in the first half with a long ball, and Ryan McNamee trying to answer back himself, can't get it. Cuesta capitalizing on the offensive board. McNamee all by himself trying to work around Cisse, and he's going to go in for the turnaround. Ryan McNamee has also been having himself a game. He had 9 points in the first half. He now has 11. There's Makai Thomas, the all-around guy tonight for the Mountain Lions. Pass off over on the right wing for the three-point shot. Deshaun Poston not able to get it. And then Pearsall Morgan getting denied by Makai Thomas. But Theo McDowell can't answer back himself. A missed layup. It's going to go back to Anza. Here's Thacker. Guard against Griffin. Kapow tried to go for the backdoor to Theo McDowell, but it's going to go over to the grandstands. Yeah, but look at the way that, excuse me, that was actually Deshaun Poston who went up for the block. Oh, Deshaun Poston taking rent money from Cuesta on that play. Ball is lost by Evan Lynn, so it's going to go the other way. Yeah, so Deshaun Poston went up for the block. There's Makai Thomas. And bounce off over to Isaac Cisse. Still at the top of the key. Now it goes back door to Thacker. And Thacker. It's been a wrecking ball. Knocking down the Cougar cave. Man, what a play ran there by the Anza offense. On McNamee falling to the floor, being defended tight by Cisse. Back at the play, you can see the backdoor cut. Thacker finding an opening from the right and able to throw it off the glass. Ryan McNamee taking a hard fall there. He's limping his way over to the bench, and he's going to be subbed out for Ja'Kai Tutler. Tutler on the outside. They work over to the corner. Trying to go baseline with Kapow. He's not able to finish properly. Here comes Poston. It's 2-on-1 down the floor. Finds Thacker from the corner. Off the iron. Pass deflected by Cisse. Goes out. Going to stay with the Cougars. Only a few games on hand tonight across the 3C2A as Citrus beat Orange Coast 126-68. Cypress beat Southwestern 85-72. Evan Lynn from the corner can't hit the three ball. Kai Thomas down the floor, gives over to Thacker on the left side, but this pass is taken by Rossi. Evan Lynn trying again off the mark and off the backboard. Rebound attempt grabbed there by Bravelli. It's going to be a foul at midcourt. So you can see the hustle still being shown by the man from San Rafael, freshman, making an impact here for De Anza in his JUCO career. Continue to go through the out-of-town scoreboard. Allen Hancock beat Hartnell 93-69. Pasadena City, San Bernardino Valley, Pasadena City coming out on top 82-79. Barstow beating Bakersfield 81-77. You also have Palomar and Victor Valley, Merced Foothill happening tonight as well. Irvin Kapow getting fouled on the shot. Try to put a spin move out there in the low post, but couldn't finish properly. So he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Caden Thacker defending him. Thacker keeping his hands low, though. The first 3.5 minutes, or 2.5 minutes, I should say, in the second half. Cuesta is trying to cut down the deficit as much as they can. Then that first half, they're only held to 40 as De Anza had a 20-point margin. And it was no different from what they did to Solano, as in the game against Solano on Saturday. At the conclusion of the first half, it was a 20-point lead, the score at 65-45. So nothing out of the ordinary for De Anza in these first 2 games to open up the season. From the high post on the jumper, that's Gio Bravelli. Tutler going down at the logo. Getting Pearsall Morgan getting trapped by Bravelli. Tight defense by the freshman. It's going to be a foul. Look back at that shot there. Gio Bravelli, man, he could hit it from all sides of the floor. During his high school career at San Rafael High, he scored over 1,300 points. That's a force to be reckoned with, but he's a skilled combo guard with NBA range shooting. Expected to be a high efficient scorer for the Mountain Lions. Yeah, but he was one of the top players to come out of the North Bay, and he even was also a 2-sport athlete at San Rafael High, playing both basketball and baseball. Now we'll get some consideration for going out for the baseball team here at De Anza, if possible. Cuesta with another turnover added on. It's going to go back the other way to the Mountain Lions. Caden Thacker pounding the hardwood. Back down the floor. Isaac Cisse now with the rock. Another backdoor cut. This time it's Caden Tanger. Same identical play that he ran with Thacker. Tutler trying to do it himself. Able to finish through the traffic with the Euro step to the cup. Thacker sending it over to Bravelli. Bravelli able to score through traffic. Continuing to stay hot. Tutler from the outside can't hit the 3. He's off the mark. Rebound by Bravelli, man. He's been everywhere on the floor. And Aiden Pearsall Morgan with the and 1 finish. He'll go to the line for a possible 3. And that's really been his bread and butter all night. See at the cup with the glass kiss. Pearsall Morgan, when he was at Shasta, he played 25 games his freshman season, averaging 10 a night, 4.4 assists and 3.3 rebounds to go with it. He's able to complete the 3-point play, taking a 71-49 game. You hear a yell from the bench. Caden Thacker should have been called for a travel there, but referees say otherwise. And I think that's one thing that De Anza wants to tone down in this half. Shot clock is down to 5, and Tanger got his heel on the sideline there, getting called for out of bounds. Or another travel. Could have been possibly both, as we did see a heel go to the sideline. Man, say with how many travel calls that we have had tonight, the referees would have a solid job being a beat cop in a major city with how much jaywalking is being seen on the floor here. Courtney Hutchins, high arcing three-point attempt. Missed, rebound by Thomas. He's going to hit it off to Theo McDowell. McDowell scoring another one. Finished off the first half with 10 points. Griffin Kapow grabbing the offensive board. Not able to hit the three from the corner, but there for the cleanup down low is Peters' mark. Thacker catch and shoot three ball. Give it to him. ATM. Easy money all night for Caden Thacker. Kapow not able to hit the tray. Theo McDowell fighting on the floor for a rebound in the 50-50. So they're just going to call a jump ball there, but it's going to be a timeout. We just look back at the three ball from Caden Thacker, and he hit a nice one there. Like both teams are going to talk it over. We're going to go to a timeout break on our end. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Good Guys 35th Fuel Curve Autumn Get-Together. Over 2,500 American-made and powered show cars and trucks. A huge swap meet, Fender Midway Family Fun Zone, live music, and more. November 8th and 9th at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
Back here in Cupertino, De Anza still with a 20-point-plus margin, leading by 25 to be exact over Cuesta in their season opener. And it hasn't really been one that new head coach for the Cougars, Jamani Barber, was hoping for, especially knowing that he has a revamped squad and some of the top players that played for Rusty Blair in his final season coaching before retirement have now moved on. But this is a young coach still trying to get his footing, taking on a new job after he spent the last couple of years at his alma mater and Merritt College. Of course, Jamani Barber, former player himself, playing at Merritt and then transferring to the four-year ranks, playing at Post University out in Connecticut and coming back home over to California. Now trying to embrace his new opportunity, but he's also trying to make sure that his players can stay in the fight with Joe Bertisevic's high-powered offense, which has just been having a field day on the floor, knocking down shots left and right, definitely showing themselves as a possible threat in the Coast Conference North Division. As we know, for the past few years, that division has been ran by teams like San Jose City. It's like Chabot and Makai Thomas with the and-one finish, flexing the muscles and continuing to show out here in Cupertino. Let's see on that play and just those backdoor cuts. Man, you got to love seeing that on the basketball court. Even Thomas with the finesse finish, trying to work around McNamee down low. See if he can get a bonus to add on with the deuce, and he does. That's tax-free. Get a foul on the inbound play. Yeah, but you just think about how the Coast Conference North Division is set up this year. Of course, teams like CC, San Francisco, they like to run the table, especially going far into the state tournament last year. Chabot, another force to be reckoned with. Solid program they have going out in Hayward. They hope to be competitive. Yeah, but San Jose City, they run the Coast Conference overall, being in the South Division, and of course you have those intertwined conference battles that you're going to see amongst the divisions for this year. Finishing with the layup, it's Corbin Rossi. Able to get a point back for the Cougars. From three in the corner is Brovelli not able to hit. It's Aiden Pearsall-Morgan. Hits Hutchins. Now to Kapow. Kapow can't finish on the drive, but there for the putback is Hutchins. From the top this time is Poston, not able to get it to go. McDowell cleaning up down low. It's the garbage man. He's just going to take the foul and go to the line for two. Anthony McDowell and a solid producer. You're on the floor. Man, talk about having a top-tier returner. I mentioned at the top of the hour he scored 31 against Solano. Makes the first free throw, and even last year being an all-freshman team recipient in the Coast Conference, averaging just over 15.5 points per game. He's been an all-around star for Coach Pertisevich since setting foot here on campus at De Anza. Another steal by Thomas, ripped the pockets. So he's going to stick with Cuesta, but can't deny the fact that the way that Makai Thomas has been playing tonight, he's been just being a pickpocketer against the Cougars. I'm sure he's trying to do more as the season prolongs. Expect to see him have some solid performances night in, night out. It's been a great contributor coming over to De Anza. Courtney Hutchins can't finish with his left hand. On trying to fake out on the shot is Brovelli, but he's going to take the foul. So go to the line for a direct deposit. To see another foul in the paint. It's being booked with that one is Corbin Rossi. Yeah, but Gio Brovelli going to be an exciting player to watch for this season. He could definitely shoot it from the outside. Going to get it to go. De Anza now at 82 points on the night. Evan Lynn is going to come on for Aiden Pearsall-Morgan. Actually, Stay's going to come on for Courtney Hutchins. So Hutchins now on the charger. Brovelli goes 2 for 2 at the line. Makes it an 83-55 lead for De Anza, 11-14 left to play. It's now just become a rep game for De Anza with how comfortable the lead has started to get. Pearsall-Morgan right into the hands of Desan Poston, but Poston gives it back to Tutler. Tutler able to put it in himself. You just think about how the rankings were set up during the preseason, despite Cuesta being in the playoffs in the SoCal region last year, they didn't really get a lot of love from the committee as far as the way that the votes were racked up. And even, for De Anza, a much different story, as they didn't really have a season to ride home about at the end of last year. They're trying to change their ways as the program continues to recuperate, especially having a season on hiatus where they didn't even field a men's team at all the year before last year. But Joe Particevich coming in, trying to give De Anza a new leash on life where they hope to be. They were getting a foul on the floor. Yeah, that was shown to Ja'Kai Tutler. Actually, it says it's going to go the other way to Theo McDowell, so now McDowell is questioned, but now that it's turned to a discussion. You look back at the play, and yeah, there was a bit of a conversation between Tutler and McDowell on one of the inbound plays. Going to run that for you. And even in a game where the margin is pretty wide, still discussions being had amongst both sides. Here's Aiden Pearsall-Morgan, gives it off to Ja'Kai Tutler. Tutler passing it out to Pearsall-Morgan. He's going to kick it out to Tutler, and he's going to knock down the three ball. So he said, hey, a tech's not going to bother me. Go ahead and do what you want with it. Tanger not able to hit from the right wing. Pearsall-Morgan with the rebound. He'll go to his left. A miss off the mark by Rossi. That was deflected, and 50-50's grabbed by Pearsall-Morgan. Well, it's grabbed by Mekhi Thomas, man. Like a thief in the night. And it drops the dime off to Theo McDowell. Mekhi Thomas, he has been all over the place. He's writing his name right on the logo. Theo McDowell with a smooth finish.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209 or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
It's been all Mountain Lions on the floor tonight in Cupertino, 85-60 with 9:46 left to play in the game. I just got going into the discussion of how the Western State Conference North Division is set up, the conference that Cuesta plays in. Their force to be reckoned with is going to be Moore Park and Allen Hancock, who were picked in the top 15 in the South region as far as JUCO programs across California. So they're going to be the teams to talk about, along with Ventura, who is ranked the highest at 6 in SoCal. And with De Anza, their problem is really going to be City College of San Francisco. The historic JUCO powerhouse, Ja'Kai Tutler hits the 3 ball. It's back-to-back threes for the freshman from Playa de Rey. Mekhi Thomas can't capitalize on the finish. Tutler with the rebound. Long outlet pass off to Rossi, but he can't finish the layup. Yeah, the Isaac Cisse trailing from behind. Rossi at the line as he was fouled. Allen's missed. Makes the score 85-64. On Tutler just ripped the ball out the hands of Caden Thacker. Trying to hit the 3 from the left wing was Brovelli, but it was missed. It was going to stay with De Anza here. And City College of San Francisco, talk of the Coast Conference North Division. De Anza's going to try to turn some heads still going into this season, as they've already been doing so, having some high-scoring games. Solid finish down low there for Rossi. Thacker bounce pass to McDowell, and another travel booked. I know Black Friday is in a couple of weeks, but it seems like there's a sale on travels happening here in Cupertino by the way that the refs have been calling this one. You just can't look anywhere and not see a discount on travels. Here goes Evan Lynn, passing up to the top to Tutler. Tutler losing the handle, 50-50 grabbed by Brovelli, able to find Thacker down the floor. Goes down smooth with the deuce. Spot up from the corner. McNamee, Mekhi Thomas trying to keep it in, but it's going to stay with Cuesta. You see Thomas, like it was a block attempt on Evan Lynn. Now went off his body though. Bit of a ricochet. Cuesta's gonna see what they can do here on the inbound play. McNamee out to Hutchins. They swing right. Griffin Capel can't hit the 3 ball. Brovelli, one-on-one against Hutchins. Pass out to Cisse. 3 is airballed. Nothing but the air on that shot. Pearsall Morgan, double teamed on the left-hand drive. Thacker hits the brakes, pull up from the high post. Missed, but Cisse trying to clean up down low, but he's fouled on the putback attempts. Man, Caden Thacker, sure he's trying to do whatever he wants out there tonight. Isaac Cisse will go to the line here. Isaac Cisse, we haven't really been able to give you the rundown on him, but he's quite an interesting player in his own right. He's a new freshman, new kid on the block here in Cupertino from just up the road in Milpitas, out of Milpitas High, where he helped his team to an appearance in the CIF D2 state playoffs as a senior. Even during that time, Milpitas, they were ranked 81st in the state at the end of the last year on Max Preps. There's a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a quick break.
I chose this school because of like the top 10 transfers.
One of the main reasons was because of the transfer rate. Another reason is because it's a community college, and the first 2 years for high school students were free because of the Promise program, so that was an incentive for sure.
The Anza consistently maintained high rates of transfer due to a combination of factors. First is due to our comprehensive transfer support and services. The Anza has a robust transfer center with dedicated and experienced transfer counselor who assists students throughout the entire transfer process, from helping them understand the transfer requirement to helping them successfully submit their application. We also offer workshops throughout the entire academic year to ensure that students learn more about it.
It's been a fun night here in Cupertino. Sure, the fans came out to watch their team. They've definitely been enjoying this one, but Cuesta, they may be having a long bus ride back to San Luis Obispo after tonight. Just hasn't really been going their way for the most part, but they're still going to do everything they can to put together a valiant effort to try to get back into this one, or at least try to make a game out of it. But Anza has just been unstoppable on the offense. Isaac Cisse is going to finish his free throw sequence here. And he's going to go 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. Pearsall Morgan. Pass over to the corner. Hits Hutchins for the 3, but off the mark. Anza moving quick. Becker trying to cut through the defense. Can't finish, but Brovelli there for the cleanup and knocks down the mid-range J from the nail mark. Yo, Brovelli, talk about production. Pearsall Morgan. It's Peters Mark in the corner. Other 3 missed. I know Cuesta is trying to cut down the deficit by trying to shoot from the outside, but their 3-point shots haven't been able to hit tonight. By Makai Thomas, right at the logo, trying to kill a little bit of time here. Anza's been spacing the floor for the majority of this game. But what you like to see from them is how they're able to win the possessions. Thomas with the shot clock hitting 0, can't capitalize. Pearsall Morgan to the corner. Ja'Kai Tutler. Another missed 3 by the Cougars. Cougars just look whipped. Every time Anza gets the ball, it feels like a 10-second play gets ran. That was on that one play for Makai Thomas to go for the shot attempts. That was probably the only time that the Mountain Lions have had the shot clock run down to close to 0, even at 0 for the majority of this game. But every possession on offense has been ran within 10 to 15 seconds. Orvelli at the line with the made free throw. Cuesta trying to move back up. Shot's good that time. A 93-68 game. Oh, Thacker falling at the baseline in. Oh, and he's grabbing at his knee. Still down. Play continues. Pearsall Morgan down the floor. He'll finish with the layup. Not a good look for Caden Thacker here. Hopefully he's not anything too serious. The trainers run over, so is Joe Pertisevich. So down the ground, play is paused. Let's see on that last play. He's being defended by Kapow. He takes a slip right at the baseline, and even Kapow tripped over a player, but Thacker is able to get helped up, and he's going to try to walk it off on his own power. He's being escorted back over to the bench and then over to the trainer's table. Hope to try to stretch whatever he tweaked out, but play is going to continue. The show must go on as Caden Tanger will now enter the game off the charger in substitution for Thacker. Caden Thacker, man, he's having a good night for his team. Hopefully he's not anything too serious. There's about 4:36 left to play in this game. De Anza still holding a comfortable lead as they're 7 points away from cracking the 100 mark for the second time this season. So here they come, back on offense, being a man down for the meantime. Makai Thomas at the top of the key. He's going to do it himself, driving to the glass, but not strong enough. Here comes Cuesta on the fast break. Peters mark, 2-on-1, but it's going to be a charge. It's going to go the other way, back to De Anza. And Peters mark just threw the body at Brovelli, and man, Brovelli, he's been taking some shots tonight. Especially if you weren't with us in the first half. Like, he took quite the shot from James Nugent, where he's trying to defend him on a layup attempt. Nugent got up in his face while Brovelli was down on the ground, but Brovelli was able to get right back up. But Nugent taking the low road, had to take the road out of this game, being ejected after that play. On the Mountain Lions, playing a little bit back here. Tanger with the rock, driving with the left hand, baseline, and it rolls off of the iron. See if Cuesta can get an answer. Aiden Pearsall Morgan passing to Jakai Tutler. Tutler losing it. It's going to be out of bounds. Mountain Lion ball. I think there's quite a change of scenery for Cuesta, as well, the turnovers, as far as what they've been, have mainly been travel calls. Not a lot of out-of-bound calls for the most part. Tanger from outside. DHO over to Thomas. Back to Tanger from the corner for the triple. Cash Mula. Good for the sophomore from San Jose. Now starting to get some action is Moses Kim. He will see the floor for the first time for De Anza, but before he's able to move on, we're going to get another timeout break. 96-70, 3:10 left to go here in Cupertino. You're tuning into 3C2A Men's Basketball on NorCal Sports TV.
I chose this school because of like the tops and transfers.
One of the main reasons was because of the transfer rate. Another reason is because it's a community college and the first 2 years for high school students were free because of the Promise program. So that was an incentive for sure.
The Anza consistently maintains high rates of transfer due to a combination of factors. First is due to our comprehensive transfer support and services. The Anza has a robust transfer center with dedicated and experienced transfer counselor who assists students throughout the entire transfer process, from helping them understand the transfer requirement to helping them successfully submit their application. We also offer workshops throughout the entire academic year to ensure that students learn more about the transfer.
During the timeout break, that's Sweet Caroline playing on the loudspeakers inside of the Lions Den. The night slowly starting to wind down, just past 8 o'clock here in Cupertino. Glad you could join us here on NorCal Sports TV. That's been all De Anza in this one. They return to the floor here. Now starting to get some action coming into the game. Got Noea Apala, who wears number 22, but get some help from Moses Kim, who also is seeing some action on the floor tonight. He wears 21, a freshman, stands at 6'7", out of San Jose, out of Pioneer High School, the former employment of Joe Bertisevich. Continuing to have that Pioneer De Anza pipeline working in his advantage. Left wing for three, Evan Lynn. It's missed. Yeah, but after tonight for De Anza, who are on track to go 2-0 on the season, they will hit the road to see Marin in the Don Barksdale tournament. They'll be back home on November 15th to see Coalinga. That one's grabbed and running down the floor, slamming it home is Corbin Rossi. Corbin Rossi able to throw down late here as got 2 minutes left to go. Kim from the wing, not able to hit though. Rebound grabbed by Ryan Gerhardt, who now comes in for the Cougars. Gonna be a whistle blown. Yeah, but we're gonna bring you coverage of De Anza men's basketball all season long, as I will be on the call for the majority of the season. Happy to be back here with NorCal Sports TV, back on the JUCO hoop scene. Definitely a pleasure to work alongside a great staff of people. For Cuesta after tonight, get a made free throw. Going to be in by Brian Chow, who now comes into the game. It's missed that time. For Cuesta, they're going to see Mendocino next in the Hinson Tire Classic, a two-day event. Along with them, they also see a College of the Sequoias. Three ball not able to go that time for Josh Villanueva, who now sees action for the Mountain Lions. 1:15 left on the clock. See if De Anza can crack the 100 mark here, as they were one of only 5 teams to open up the season to score over 100 in their season opener last week. Should I say this past weekend? But, you know, Saturday wasn't that far away. And gear her at the line. See, we'll make one more for good measure. Kansas still stuck on 99. See if they can try to get 100. Kenny Vo now in the game. Time winding down. Moses Kim from the top of the key, and there you go. 102 for De Anza. Thanks to a Moses Kim three-point shot. Kenny Vo with the handoff to Villanueva, but he gets stripped. Minutes now turn to seconds here. 45 seconds left to play on the game clock. Griffin Kapow finishing strong at the hoop. Getting a little bit of a compensation point that time. De Anza trying to bring out the floor here, see if they could get a little bit more. Oh, man, trying to sacrifice the body. Down low was Apala. Not able to do anything with it. 20 seconds to go, and De Anza are in cruise control at this moment in time. And Ryan Gerhardt able to get one more for the Cougars, but that's going to wrap things up as De Anza once again cracks the 100 mark and gets a big win, putting belt to tail on Cuesta, winning 102-78. And what a night that they have had. More offense being on display for Joe Pertisevic's squad, as they now go 2-0 to open up the 2025-26 campaign, and they are on a roll as they will take this win out against the C. Marin in the Don Barksdale tournament come Saturday. But for Cuesta, a bit of a rough debut for their new head coach in Jamani Barber, but I feel like with a new program, a new set of players, you're going to experience some growing pains that you may have to see against a tough NorCal squad with a team coming from SoCal. But they are going to hope to bounce back on Friday when they see Mendocino and the Henson Tire Classic. So they'll have a back-to-back schedule, NBA style, where they'll see Mendocino on Friday and Sequoias on Saturday, then capitalize against Foothill and San Mateo when they come back up here to the Bay Area next week. But that's going to wrap things up here on NorCal Sports TV. The final score, once again, De Anza come out on top 102-78 over the Cuesta Cougars, now going 2-0 on the season. Cuesta drops their season opener now at 0-1. As we want to thank you again for tuning in here tonight. Thank you to my producer, Levi Flores, our camera crew here inside of the Lions Den, as we say so long and good night from Cupertino. This is Philip Hall on the call, signing off for the evening.